Today we are going to talk about a matter of the heart, a worship you do with your heart. But first, let's start with a simple example. If you wanted to bake a cake, what would you do? You would get the ingredients, like eggs, sugar, and flour. Mix them well, then put them in the oven for about half an hour at the right temperature. Now, will the cake turn out good or bad? Most likely, it will turn out good if you follow the recipe carefully. But while you are preparing this cake, you can practice that act of the heart I mentioned, believing that Allah Almighty is the one who provided you with the ingredients and the tools and granted you the effort, the mixing, the preparation, setting oven right. So whether the cake turns out good or not, that is from Allah. You took the means, you did your part, but your heart is attached to the Lord of causes and the Lord of results, the Lord of all worlds. And because you have good expectations of Allah, even if you fall short in something small, Allah in His mercy may complete what's missing for you. Welcome to Islam Shore YouTube channel. I am Amr Abu Wafa, and today, God willing, we will talk about one of the traits of the believers, that they rely upon Allah. In short, Tawakkul, reliance upon Allah, is an act of the heart plus taking action. It means you depend on Allah with your heart, while taking the necessary means in your life. Allah Almighty said, "And whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him." That means whoever puts his trust in Allah, Allah will take care of him, no matter the circumstances. At-Talaq is to be certain that you have a Lord who never neglects you, and that what is with Allah can't be attained except through obeying Him. So rest assured, the means are in your hands, but the outcome is with Allah. Allah also said, "And upon Allah rely if you should be believers," meaning reliance on Allah is a sign of true faith. True tawakkul is to take the means, but leave the results to the one who controls them, while your heart remains attached not to the means, but to their Creator. And the Prophet, prayers and peace be upon him, explained this with beautiful hadith. If you were to rely upon Allah with the reliance He is due, you would be provided for as the birds are. They go out in the morning hungry and return in the evening full. The birds leave their nests hungry. They move, they seek, and they strive, and they return at the end of the day satisfied. That means you must strive, but your heart should depend on Allah. But be careful, if you don't take the means and just wait for a miracle, then you are not practicing tawakkul. You are practicing tawakkul, false reliance. And here you must know the difference. Tawakkul, reliance, is depending on Allah with your heart plus taking the means. Tawakkul, false reliance, abandoning the means under the pretense of relying on Allah. This tawakkul, false reliance, is blameworthy in Islam and contradicts true tawakkul. Scholars considered it a form of laziness and weakness, and the Prophet, prayers and peace be upon him, warned against it. Remember, tawakkul is an act of the heart. It doesn't come all at once, but your heart grows into it gradually with training and practice. And we see an example in the story of the Prophet Musa, Moses, peace be upon him. When he saw his staff turn into a snake, he felt fear and turned away. That was natural human fear. When the magicians threw down the ropes and the staffs, Musa felt some fear in himself, but Allah assured him and strengthened him. Finally, when he stood before the sea and his people said, "Indeed we are to be overtaken," he replied with absolute certainty, "No, indeed with me is my Lord, He will guide me." This was the peak of his reliance on Allah. In the end, tawakkul is not just a word we say, nor a passing feeling in the heart. It's a great act of worship that requires patience and training. It combines taking the means with trusting the Lord of the means. And always remember, tawakkul doesn't mean that you test Allah to see the outcome. It means you strive, you do your best, you attach your heart to the Lord of the world. Share your own experience of tawakkul in the comments and leave advice that might help someone strengthen reliance on Allah. If this video was beneficial, share it with your loved ones so they may benefit too. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.